Today I have to look back and see two of my biggest achievement in oil and gas industry. Then it has to be man and material. Why I selected first man? Because I realized the oil and gas industry has the highest employee turnover. So I implemented a Kaizen based talent development program which was focused to improve efficiency, safety, and collaboration. So I initiated a bi-weekly cross-department meeting, encouraged the employee from operation, from maintenance, HSE and supply chain to find out the one opportunity of improvement within their domain. Once the idea is selected, it has been checked how it's going to reduce the cost, improve the safety or efficiency. And when things get implemented, whoever has suggested this idea will get a point which is linked with their annual evaluation. So the people are going to recognize end of the year whoever is suggesting this. Now this initiative has given us very best result in two departments, in maintenance and HSC. The employee start monitoring the assets, critical assets, in different manner, like they start reporting things in advance rather than letting the equipment shut down. So when we done the analysis after 1 year, we realized like implementing this process has reduced the shutdown, which at the end of day help us to save 5%, more than 5% the maintenance cost. The other aspects is safety, because it was initiated in a such way so everybody start pointing things which can be improved, so everybody start taking the ownership of safety and commitment, which leads gradually to reduce the LTA in a drastic manner. Now second thing was material. The metal cost was very high when I done the data analysis, and I tried to find a root cause, and I realized when the metal is getting presented to the managers for the approval, there's no sufficient data which they can take decisions. So what I have said with the ERP team, and I told them to add some critical decision making data. Like take example, a rig 1 to 4 is asking 20 coverall, then the system has to print when I have given the last time coverall to rig 1 to 4 and what is the 6 month issuance. So the person who is approving has a clear crystal clear information to take the call. The day we implemented this function, we had 32 requisition from 11 rigs, and we came to know 17 got cancelled because metal was given to them, but they were not able to find, or they just created requisition. Now, after 1 year, when we have done analysis and compared the last 2 years metal issuance history, we realized it was 4.5% saving we got, because the metal approval get reduced and people start knowing like there is a control and checks in the office. Now the second question is how I'm making how do you stand out of from others. Basically I have a different take on this question. I'm not competing with anyone. My philosophy is I have to compete with my previous version. I have to be a better version of myself. So to do this, I follow a principle like learning is breathing. I continually believe in learning new things. Like, take example, we are a human. We take food which can help us to manage the body, but at the same time, the brain also need a food. So, what I have conceived, whatever I earn, I invest 10% on myself, which will be either I have to go for the training, or I read books, or I travel. These three methods I use to acquire the knowledge which will keep me ahead. Now, the other thing which I have always implemented, like I'm always ready for the things which is on the way. Like take example, artificial intelligence is on the gate. There's no business which is not going to affect with the AI. Like I have written a white paper, like how oil and gas industry, like take example, life support business, catering business, logistic business is going to affect it with the AI. If we are going to continue in the next step, I will share the document. So basically, like today I can tell how artificial intelligence drone is going to help managing the camp. Like if you have a drone and you configure with the system, the drone will fly to whole camp, come back with the pictures, and you send that pictures to AI, and AI will tell you which are the area where there is something maintenance need to be done. So I'm always keeping myself updated with the latest technology, which is keeping me ahead with the competition. The third thing, HSC, inward word is non-negotiable. For me, if I'm managing a camp where 300 people are sleeping, everybody has to go home safe. So the safety is the one thing which I know, non-negotiable. Whatever the company policy is there, that safety has to be implemented, then the work is going to be done. So it's non-negotiable. And the kind of working culture which I discussed on the first of my achievement, which always help us to create awareness in the people and let them feel, because safety is not something like you take care yourself when you're driving a car on the road. It's not you will do the mistake, you have to be vigilant what others is doing. Now, if I move to the fourth, what is the biggest challenge I have faced in my life? The one challenge I have faced in Iraq when I was mobilizing a 300 people man camp, and my company was responsible to constructing the camp and then managing the camp for 2 years for the life support contract. As per the local law, I have to have a 17 people in my team, which was in the warehouse, logistic, and other domain. Now, the system which was designed to manage, okay, which was done in Houston, the people sitting in Houston has developed everything. Now, when I was implementing in Iraq, the things was different. Like, take example, the person who was driving the whole life a manual car, and then suddenly you give him an automatic Mercedes Benz. Now he will get puzzled. So it was the same scenario. The kind of policy and procedure I have, the people were not ready. So what I have done, I given them the Mercedes, but I disable everything. I let them drive. So I created a process of improvement. I converted all the manuals in English and Arabic, and I sat with the translator and make sure everybody should get the right message. It was 3 months. I have to struggle. I had an option to fire them and hire new one. I said no. Is hiring and firing is not solve the problem. We have to fix this root cause, because once we have this system implemented, anybody who is going to come join new one will go through the same. So that was the biggest challenge. And today, if I feel, uh, somehow I have done justice with my work, nobody get fired, and everybody start loving when they learn new things. The last one is, what is my hobbies? I think I already clarified, like my hobby is the continuous learning. I play badminton, which is making me fit, and I love travel, because for me the travel is the biggest learning. And I have a list of the country which I have planned to travel. So this is the summary, to what I have achieved and who I am and what is my philosophy. And I also believe, like, whatever I know, I must share with others. And the reason, if I share with others, I will feel empty and I will acquire the knowledge. So it's a continuous process. Thank you.